Hi everybody, welcome to the Signal Box again. It's me with another video, and I do hope you are all well. If this is your first time visiting the channel and you've been looking around and liking what you see, don't forget to hit the good old like and subscribe, and I'll crack on with another video and let's get on with it. So this stuff specifically is balsa wood. It is such an excellent product. It's very lightweight but very durable and sturdy. And I remember when I was at school, there was a craft and design teacher who had the idea of starting a model aeroplane club during the lunch hour. And we had loads of this stuff, and he was basically going to help us design our own aircraft chassis and build a plane, and with a view to go into the local hobby shop in the lunch hour, and by the end of the term making a decent aircraft. It never actually happened, but I never forgot this stuff because I thought it was really good. And when I went up into my mum's loft recently to get a few bits down for her and find the little treasure box that I previewed the other day, I found quite a large accumulation of this stuff. And I thought, that's not going in the bin. I'm going to take it home and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to make something with it, because it shouts, make something from me. So that's exactly what I've been doing this evening, and I will reveal what phase one looks like. This is phase one so far. This is the canal extension that will run along the high street on the other side of the tree section. So it brings the baseboard out a little bit further. And this is what I've done so far. It's quite a long scenic canal section I'm building. And it's basically, again, balsa wood. And it's just cut and glued into position. I've made this little bridge kind of thing that goes over the canal imaginarily from that end, and it's got a little ramp approach, and it goes over, and that will marry up where the level crossing comes off of, where that where the lorry is. Actually we'll show you in a bit where that goes. Anyway, it's all in progression at the moment. So the idea is I'm going to get some woodland scenic landform bandage, the stuff I normally call mod rock, it's normally called, but it's model landform bandage. You can, once you wet it in some warm water, you can sculpt it, and it's like the stuff that, you know, when you break a limb and you go to the hospital and they do your arm up or leg in a cast, exactly the same stuff. It is fantastic, and it's really good for making a lot of scenery, especially hills and stuff like that. But what you need to do is cut some of it and start filling this area with about a 2-layer system of this bandage, and what it does, it creates a seal. Once that's done, I'll then paint it with plug again, Woodlands Scenics, good old US of A product. Look at that, made in the United States of America. Fantastic, truly wonderful. Olive drab. Yeah, olive drab is a great water finish for the bottom of murky water or any kind of pond life or canal you're going to do. And it also works well on trees if you're painting bark and twigs and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to use some olive drab on the landform bandage once it's in here and dried. Then we're going to get some woodland scenic realistic water and give that a nice little coat in there, make it look nice and wet. And then when it's all dry, we're going to static grass from WW Scenics, not to be confused with Woodland Scenics, but WW Scenics, right you are. They're going to do some static grass here and here, basically on both sides of the canal, and I think that would make it look quite nice. And then we're going to add obviously some trees along here as well, and just make that further pop and really appeal to the eye as well. Something further for you guys to look at when you see me do my layout normally on the weekends and I do the uploads. Something further for you and for me, I guess. So that's what I've done so far. I've painted this area grey in preparation for the road section of it, where it's going to go up to the level crossing. This bit here is just grey to darken it off, because that's going to be underneath the allotment. I'll try and bring the phone up the other way, so just bear with me. If I turn my camera this way round and then quickly, without making you feel too seasick, we'll come whizzing over here. So this is where that grey bit of the canal extension is going to go. Where that truck is, yeah, that's where the end of the little bit of road where the level crossing is, right there. You normally see that in the shop every weekend normally. So it's going to fit up to there, so it'll be flush with the road surface, and then it will go all the way up the baseboard, all the way up to the end there, just where the park is. So it's going to basically be parallel and flush to this bit here. So it will be, if you can imagine, yeah, here's the miniature idea of the scenic section I just showed you there. It'll go there like that. So it will be sort of that flush, and then underneath I'll make some battens like this, and I'll put them like so, glue, 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 so it will rest and glue on that permanently, and then job's a good one. So there we go. So we'll come back this way now. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. So I just wanted to share phase 1 with you of my canal extension. It's going to take a couple of weeks. It won't be an overnight thingy. So I've got to obviously get some supplies and take my time with it and make it look really nice and worthwhile. But when it is finished, it'll be nice to look back on this video and say, oh, that's what it was like before you actually put it on there and done it all. But just for posterity. Prosperity is when you earn money. Twit. Just for posterity, for the camera's point of view, I'm just showing you what it looks like now, what I've done this evening. So there we go. All right, folkies, have a lovely week ahead, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Oh, and there's something coming in the post, and it does run on rails, so you definitely want to stay tuned for that one. Not going to share, you'll have to wait for the reveal when it comes, and I will see you soon in that very video. In the meantime, take care, all the best, bye bye.